Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Brent Lesheim, Renaissance Man, Part 6. Hello, Mr. Lesheim.
Hey, Mr. Ray.
Thanks for coming
Thank you.
and agreeing to another exclusive interview.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd talk about to start off with the creative process.
Right.
What are your thoughts on creativity and the creative process?
Well, I know creativity is something everybody has. Some have it more developed than others, I guess. And it's a good thing. Creating something, and it's good. It's a good thing. I don't know what else to say about it, but
Okay.
I mean, right now we're doing something creative. So,
Right, that's right.
I mean, everything is created. Everything is created by thoughts. Our thoughts we can manifest into reality, and everything's reality too. So, but our thoughts come from God. So God has thought of everything, and He's thought of and there's nothing new underneath the sun. It's all been in the thought of God, but we just are like channels of God, and that's where our source is for creating things,
Right.
our ideas and stuff like that. So, and once you get on that track and remember that, you can. Everyone has a different talent, and everyone brings their own creativity, and no one is exactly. Every individual is unique, so they all have something. Everyone has something to offer.
Right.
And that's right now. That's what I can say about that.
And so, for you, what type of creative expressions have you been engaged in during your life?
Well, I mean, let's see. As I like painting. I like drawing. I like sculpture. I like photography, film. I like that sort of stuff. And ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to create something, but I had images in my mind what I wanted to create, but I always felt frustrated because I thought, no, that's just too grand an idea to try to accomplish, and I just would kind of get frustrated and kind of give up on it. So I had other distractions in life that lured me away from those dreams. So, and like I loved Hot Wheel cars and toy soldiers, and I always wanted to make my own. And I would get some for Christmas, and I'd look at them and I'd say, man, I would like to make something like that. And I was thinking, well, how could I start doing that? And it was a pretty lengthy process. I knew I had to have a little factory or whatever to do this stuff, and I didn't have it at my disposal. So, but like I said, it was a dream that I still have. It comes up in my mind. Sometimes I forget about it, but lately I've been. Just the creative process is it's like a flowering, and you just it keeps blooming, and sometimes it goes into hibernation, and you need to think about things, and then all of a sudden you come up with an idea, and I think you should follow that idea, whatever it is, if it's a good idea, and and then try to accomplish that, and then wait for the next inspiration to come along, and
So that's probably why the story of Catherine the Great's husband, I think his name was Paul, who was the heir to the Russian throne, and when they would she'd go to bed, and he was playing with toy soldiers on the bed, and she'd roll over, and then the soldiers would fall down, and he'd get upset.
Right. Okay.
That's why you when you encountered that story, it made an impression, because you like toy soldiers, or you.
Right, I do like toy. I mean, that's where my first, I guess, visual impressions were of automobiles and soldiers for some reason. I always was attracted to soldiers. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a soldier, and You know, I never became one. I think maybe I'm glad I never became one, even though soldiers are good, good, good ideas because we need them in this world right now. But yeah, I definitely, and that kind of branched out into other interest in art, appreciating the visual design of things like cars or soldiers and how they're made. And then I would go to the art museum with my parents, and I would look at stuff at the art museum, and you know, they kind of came together, the two interests, going to the museum and my own personal interests, and it's been a growth process, and I just think it's fun. It keeps your mind busy. As Picasso said something about art takes the dust of everyday life off of your soul, or something like that. I don't know. Something. It's not, it brushes off the everyday dust of your soul. So.
Now, do you want to talk about the cover of today's video, which was some art that you drew? You want to talk about that particular piece?
Well, it's just something I did, and I just had fun doing it. Sometimes I get frustrated when I try to do a piece of art. I actually consider myself just a doodler, not an artist. I'm not really that accomplished as an artist, but I'm just trying to do stuff like creative drawing, painting, sculpture, and
well, it has like circles, right?
Right.
Are those planets?
They could be. Yeah, they could be.
And there's some straight line things.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. You know, it's just something that comes out of me that I do, and
color. Nice
colors.
Yeah,
I like the.
That's a big part of art, right? Color.
Oh yeah, sure.
And the different.
Yeah, right.
Uses,
right.
Shades, and
yeah.
Combinations.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chiaroscuro, the shading, the Italian word for shading is chiaroscuro.
Okay.
I just kind of like that word.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, black and white is also not just, some people just do their work in black and white, or mix it, or they mix all sorts of.
And gray.
And gray, yeah. Right.
So you're, you mentioned toy soldiers. Have you made a toy soldier?
Yeah, I've actually tried out of clay, tried to make a couple figures, tried to replicate a couple toy soldiers that I have. One was a Civil War soldier, and I tried to replicate him. I got to a pretty good point with him, but it's hard to, because the figures are pretty small, and you know, the arms keep falling off sometimes, and you gotta make adjustments to try to make them adhere and stuff to the body. It's a challenge, and I just thought I'd try it in clay.
So. From the toy soldiers that you've seen, which wars do you find the soldiers appealing?
I don't know. I have one set of toy soldiers from Germany that my parents got me, and I like those because I like the color of the uniforms. I don't know what war they were in, but it was from they were in the 19th century, and the colors are blue tunic and orange pants. And I don't know what war. It's probably, maybe someone knows what that would be because of the colors of their uniforms, but I don't know what war it was. But I like them the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very colorful.
Right.
And the American Revolution? Of course, the American Army was kind of nondescript.
Right.
Yeah,
They were like a working man's army. Those guys were ready to work, not be all flamboyant with feathers and stuff, plumes flying off their head. Well, they had some of that too in the Civil War. I mean, some of the officers did have those plumes in their hats. But so.
You like to draw?
Yeah, I do. I like to sketch, doodle.
Was that colored pencil in today's cover?
Yeah.
Colored pencils.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And do you like oil painting
Yeah, I do, even though I haven't done much of it. But I do.
or watercolor?
Oh, yeah,
So,
watercolor.
so you
Yeah.
do all kinds of different types of.
Right.
How about like chalk, colored chalk, too?
I have done some chalk or crepa.
Oh,
That's more like, that's different than chalk, but it's
right.
similar.
Okay.
I haven't had too much experience in formal training in art, but I've had a little, but nothing to talk about really too much. But
What are your favorite works at the Cleveland Museum of Art?
well, I like that painting titled, I think it's A Night Out at Sharky's or something. It's about it has two boxers in a ring. They're boxing.
Right.
Yeah. So I know you sent me a postcard of that painting, and I have it on my desk at home, and I like that one. I don't know. There's others I like, but there's some Van Goghs there. A couple Van Goghs that I really liked when I saw them, and I like the sculpture of Shiva. I think it is in the Asian section of the museum.
Right.
Yeah, that's dancing Shiva.
Right. Oh, with the arms?
Right,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, it's metal.
Yeah.
How about the armor cart?
Yeah, the armored court's interesting too. I haven't really looked at that too much. I mean, I've been through it several times, but I never really stopped and picked out something I really liked. It's kind of intimidating, actually, walking in there and seeing all these armor figures standing there, these iron weapons and metal weapons.
Yeah, our friend Michael Hayes in the Cleveland group, he said as a boy he used to go there every Saturday.
Uh-huh.
I guess that was his future because he went into, jewelry making.
Yeah,
And he was
yeah.
looking at the fastening, the
Yeah,
different things where they're, and it's metalwork,
yeah.
different fastenings.
Right.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, right.
Let's see, what else? And then, of course, Mike Hargrove said he was intimidated by the art museum.
Right.
Former Cleveland Indian player and manager.
Right, I remember seeing that on the news. It like opened up a new world to him that he felt that he never really experienced.
How about the water lilies by Monet, the real big one?
Yeah. Those are nice. I like them, but they're not my favorite. But
How about the Marilyn Monroe by Andy Warhol?
that's interesting.
Kind of funny, right?
Yeah, I mean that's real modern. Yeah, that strikes that really strikes the eye when you see that. It's so big, and the colors, the bright colors, and the repetition of the image of her, and yeah, that's interesting. I think I would kind of like that if I had a big place enough to have it because it has so much energy coming off it to me. But yeah, so.
How about Gauguin in Tahiti?
Yeah, he's an interesting character. There was a movie about him which I saw, which was pretty good. Yeah, Gauguin's work is. I mean, I know my mother likes it a lot. I don't. It's good. To me, it's good. It's okay. I can't say if it's good or bad. I think it's probably good stuff, but to me, it doesn't really. It's not something I really carry around in my mind.
How about him? Do you like Impressionism?
Yeah, sure.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Monet is one of
Right.
Impressionistic.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
How about Picasso?
Yeah, I do like some of Picasso's work, even though some of it's kind of disturbing imagery, like the Guernica painting, the Spanish Civil War. It has all these severed body parts and heads. It's just like real fragmented images, and it just shows the chaos and confusion of war.
Right.
And I like his painting, his color, and his lines. But I don't always like the images that are finalized.
How about Salvador Dali?
No, I don't really like Salvador Dali. No.
Too crazy?
Yeah, his images just kind of get me nauseous and kind of sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like it. It's kind of
Have you seen
morbid.
Have you seen Frida Kahlo's work?
I've seen some of it. Yeah.
Do you like her stuff?
Some of it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Of course, and the fact that you know about her, and
Right.
I didn't.
Right. Right.
Nice that I learned.
Right.
You're the one who told me about her,
Right.
Frida Kahlo.
Yeah. Yeah. You have that magnet, a refrigerator magnet of her over there.
I do.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The artistic creative process. What other fields of art besides toy soldiers and paintings do you like? Would you, in terms of create
I like sculpture.
sculpture?
Yeah.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And you've
Right.
done some sculpting.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Working with. Did you have a potter's wheel going around? And
I've
around?
never worked with a potter's wheel, although I had an opportunity, but I didn't take it at the time. But I've done some pottery, but simple mugs, coffee mugs, and like little ashtrays.
So you enjoy having clay in your hands.
Yeah, that's good. It's nice.
And when you start, is that you have like a lump of clay, and
Right.
You
Right.
don't know exactly what you're gonna do, or
Right.
do you know? Or you just sort of start manipulating it.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
See what happens.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Clay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting your hands in.
Yeah. Right.
Interesting. So you really had a variety of
Yeah.
artistic areas.
Yeah.
Like my mom it was watercolor. Of course,
Yeah.
eventually maybe it can focus on something, but
Right. That's true.
and you're still finding your
Medium.
your medium or your realm. Right. Okay. Sculpture. What about the one outside the art museum of the thinker that got blown up?
Oh yeah.
You like that when you go?
Yeah. Yeah, I like
one?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I do that myself. If I'm in a place where I'm kind of bored, I'll just sit there and think.
Now, is a bust art?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because we were at the cultural gardens. There are a lot
Right.
of busts there.
Right.
Of
Right.
course, that takes some know-how and
Oh yeah. Right.
those fellows that do that. And portrait painting, which is really
Yeah.
pre-photography. Right.
Yeah.
And how about film? Now
Yeah.
Let's talk. What can
Film.
you say about film as a creative
Oh.
expression?
Yeah. I think film is probably, for me, it would be the best medium. I
Oh.
would like to, if I could indulge in that, I would do that. Probably concentrate most of my attention on film, but you know the resources you need for that, and
You've made 6 short videos, right?
yeah, my cell phone. I've made
You want to talk about
6
that?
1-minute little videos.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, I was just exploring the capabilities of my cell phone, and I came upon the camera, and I saw that you could take little videos, and so I started, like videoing me, my face a little bit, videoing my mother, and videoing
Toy car.
and trying to move it in the video, and make it have some action, and the rudiments of filmmaking for me.
Well, if you've enjoyed watching movies.
Yeah.
What type of movie really appeals to you?
Well, I like watching historical war films. Yeah, I don't know if it's. I'm thinking to myself, it's not really good that I watch these so much, but because there's so much violence and suffering, and but I'm just interested in the historical aspect, what was accomplished out of it, and stuff like that. But I've seen some really good war movies in the past, and
The exhibition of courage,
courage, right, duty, right,
endurance.
endurance, honor, perseverance.
Did you like Enemy at the Gates?
Yeah, I did. I did like that.
Stalingrad. Yeah, that was really something.
Yeah.
Are there any movies you want to mention that really strike your fancy?
Well, recently I watched a Russian movie about a Russian tank crew on the Eastern Front fighting against the Germans, and I enjoyed that. And this tank crew was captured in battle, and then they were sent to a German concentration camp during the war, and they broke out of it, out of the camp, and flew to try to get back to Russia. And that was a good movie. That was called T-34, and I liked that a lot too. But I mean, there's so many I've seen. It's hard to put a title on the movie. I can't remember them that well. But I don't know. There's another movie, The Pianist, and yeah,
And you played the guitar.
a little bit. Yeah,
So that's
classical guitar.
That's a creative expression.
Right, right. But
And you played it was Spanish flamenco,
yeah, I tried to learn some Spanish flamenco.
gypsy.
Yeah,
You
right.
did that for a couple, 2, 3.
Yeah, about 3 years. I had a teacher.
You want
Yeah.
to talk about that? What
Well,
that experience?
oh man, that was for me. That was a real challenge trying to learn. I mean, I just learned basics. I didn't even master the basics, but no, it's good. I'm glad I did it. I still have the guitar, but I haven't picked it up in about half a year, so I don't take lessons anymore. It was just getting for me, it was getting too stressful. Going every week and trying to practice to get ready for the next lesson and stuff like that. So, but
Do you want to talk about music in general? Your thoughts on music as a creative expression?
yeah, music is good. Music is part of artistic expression. It is artistic expression, and some of it's good and some of it's bad. I'd say a lot of it is kind of modern music. A lot of it is kind of dissonant and kind of fragmented and not always good for your mind. But I don't know. I try to pick things that I think sound good to me and that I like. And
Is classical music your favorite?
no, I would not say that.
What's
no.
your favorite type of music?
I would say pop music, some rock and roll, some blues, and but I do like classical. I don't know that much about it, but I mean last night I was playing some classical guitar music, and I like that.
And you went to the opera as a boy.
Yeah, I went to the opera, but I didn't really like doing that as a boy. That was not fun for me. My grandparents would buy tickets for the whole family, and we'd go.
But if you went now, you'd probably you might like it.
Well, I could withstand it better than I did as a kid. I could sit there and listen to it better with more interest and curiosity. But I'm not a big fan of opera. But it's okay.
Do you want to talk about your life today? Because we mentioned how you've been through a lot of hard times, and today your life's, from what I can tell, is going very well, and you're in
it's okay.
Pollyanna state.
Right. It's picking up momentum, my life.
Okay.
So I feel like the machine has just started turning its gears, and it's still got to be worked on, and it's got to be oiled here and there, and make adjustments. But I feel like my body machine is picking up momentum. I'm able to do more things now than I ever have been in my life. Things that I want to do, not necessarily that I have to do. But even though there's things you got to do too every day. But that's it.
You're enjoying life.
Trying to, yeah. It's
And you have a lot of friends.
yeah, right.
And you get together with them, and
Right.
the expanding barcada.
Right. Yeah. We kibitz. Yeah. Yeah. So.
You mentioned last time we were together the maritime realm. You want to talk about the maritime realm, the ocean, and the lakes and the bodies of water, which is nice geography.
Right.
You want to talk about that topic?
Oh yeah. Well, I love water, and I always like being near a body of water. I guess that's maybe why I was born near a body of water, Lake Erie. And but I love the ocean, and I've always loved looking at ships, especially sailing ships, with the sails and blowing in the wind and a nice sunny day, and watching them cruise along at a good clip. And but I don't know. I've always I like reading stories about ships and seamanship, stuff like that.
And you have an inclination to go out in a boat.
Yeah.
In a boat.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a little bit. I used to windsurf a little bit, but gave that up. For me at the time when I gave it up, it was too strenuous to have to haul the board down to the water and set it up and everything and get out there. But once you're out there, it's fun. And
you don't get seasick.
I haven't. I never have. I don't know. Maybe if I was in a gale or something, I would get sick.
Or you've never been in a boat when you were in the doldrums? And
no.
The boat's just sitting there.
Well, no, I have been. Yeah, I've experienced that windsurfing. Mm-hmm.
And it didn't bother you?
No, not really. No.
Like on a sailboat with the pulley clanking against the.
No, I kind of like that sound.
And then the sound of the ropes banging against the plank, and then you just and then you have a. So you don't mind the doldrums because it's kind of mellow, mellow and peaceful.
Right.
Well, that's good.
Right. Just make sure a shark doesn't come and bother you. That would kind of disturb me if I was in the doldrums. So.
And you've never been in a real bad storm that scared the heck out of you?
No, never have.
You're going to die like the Edmund Fitzgerald.
No, well, I mean, one time I was on my windsurfer on Lake Erie, and the waves started picking up, and they were about, 4 or 5 foot swells, and I'm standing on the board trying to get back in, and I remember just standing on that thing and going up and down, and that was sort of, I never experienced that sensation before, and I came to respect the lake a little bit more than I ever had before.
You made it back.
I made it back eventually, yeah.
Now you were writing for a while.
Yeah.
Are you writing now?
I still write sometimes. Not every day, but I do. I mean, I don't know. Lately, it's been maybe every week and a half or so that I'll enter something in my journal. Mm-hmm. And
well, how about human relations? That's an art.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk about that. Your human relations and that as a...
Yeah, human relations for me is it's always been a challenge, and getting along with people, trying to get along with people, and try to set your own boundaries with people, and
okay.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean? Setting your own boundaries? People taking advantage? Is that it?
Yeah.
Imposing themselves?
Yeah. Like trying to psychological. I read it in one of Master's books. He said, don't let people psychologize you into doing something that it's gonna be a waste of time or a waste of money.
Well, people using you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you try to be a nice guy.
Right.
And then you do stuff you probably shouldn't do.
Right.
Because time is precious.
Exactly. Yeah.
For example, people calling on the telephone every day.
Right.
And talking on and on and
right.
on. And,
right.
And being critical. And,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Putting you down.
Exactly.
That type of thing. Dealing with people. Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But human relations with me has always been it hasn't been easy for me because my depression, stuff like that. But it's getting better. It's getting better every day with me.
And the thing is, people are all different.
Right.
So trying to, and you have to kind of treat people differently, based on who they are, and sort of figure people. And with strangers, people that you don't know at all, then it can be. Challenging.
Right.
Because you might offend them somehow.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Yeah.
But as long as you got a clear head and a clear mind, if you're not under the influence of drugs or alcohol, you got a better chance with people, a lot better chance. So
you can always apologize.
Exactly.
Right. And
exactly.
And if people are being taken advantage, then you can say, all right.
Right.
Say no, and
right.
if you have to walk away, and
right.
But
right.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, or we've gotten into your creativity, art, your life today, the maritime world? Anything else that you want to burning things you want to share with the world, bare your soul?
No. Not. I think that's it for right now.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming and
thank you
and sharing and opening up with folks.
Mm-hmm.
And well, dear viewer, thank you so much for watching. Mm-hmm. Really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.